We all tell ourselves the same lie. Tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll start. Tomorrow I'll change. Tomorrow will be different. But ask yourself this. How many tomorrows have you wasted? Pain doesn't recognize tomorrow. Neither does regret. They live in the eternal now. Constant companions that don't clock out when you're tired of feeling them. I want you to think about the moment. That specific moment when you realized something was broken. When the foundation you built everything on started to crack. Maybe it was sudden. A phone call at 2 a.m. A meeting you weren't prepared for. A betrayal you never saw coming. Or maybe, and this is far more dangerous, it was slow. So gradual you barely noticed as your dreams became someday fantasies. As your standards quietly lowered. As your fire became comfortable embers. Society celebrates the highlight reel. The victory. The medal. The promotion. Nobody wants to watch someone fall. Nobody shares the videos of the breakdown, the rock bottom. The moment when you're alone with your thoughts and the crushing weight of what if and what now. But I'm going to tell you something that might sound impossible right now. That descent, that darkness, it's not your enemy. Your lowest point isn't a punishment, it's preparation. Because here's what most people never understand. The depth of your fall determines the height of your rise. Let me say that again. The depth of your fall determines the height of your rise. Rock bottom is not a place to live. It's a foundation to build from. It's solid ground when everything else has been stripped away. When you're at your lowest, you discover what truly matters. You find out who really stands with you. And more importantly, you discover what you're truly made of. So yes, you've fallen. You've lost. You've failed. Now, what are you going to do about it? The world is waiting for your answer. Here's a truth that's been forgotten in our instant gratification culture. Transformation is violent. Not the kind of violence that destroys, but the kind that forges, that reshapes, that burns away what's unnecessary. A caterpillar doesn't gently slip into being a butterfly. Inside that chrysalis is liquid chaos. The creature literally dissolves before it can be reborn. Your comeback isn't going to be comfortable. It's going to demand everything from you. It will test every boundary you've set. It will question every excuse you've made. And make no mistake, there will be resistance. External resistance from a world that wants you to stay in your lane, to keep the status quo, to not make others uncomfortable with your growth. But far more dangerous is the internal resistance. The voice that's been with you so long you might mistake it for your own. The one that whispers all the reasons why you should stay small, stay safe, stay broken. That voice is a liar. The truth is simpler and far more powerful. You are not defined by what happened to you. You are defined by what you do next. Most comebacks fail, not because people aren't capable, but because they misunderstand the process. They want the transformation without the discomfort. They want the result without the repetition. Greatness isn't born in grand gestures. It's forged in the quiet moments no one sees. The 5 a.m. alarm when your body begs for sleep. The extra repetition when your muscles are screaming. The page written when inspiration is nowhere to be found. It's choosing discipline when motivation has abandoned you. There's something powerful that happens when you stop seeking permission to rise. When you no longer need validation to begin again. The comeback that's waiting for you isn't about proving others wrong. It's about proving yourself right. You've been carrying this potential all along. through every setback, through every disappointment, through every moment you wanted to quit, but didn't. That resilience wasn't random. It was preparation. Now let me tell you something about the journey ahead. There will be days when progress seems impossible, when old habits pull at you like gravity, when doubt feels more real than hope. Those days aren't failures. They're invitations to go deeper, to find reserves of strength you didn't know you possessed. The path of transformation isn't linear. It spirals. You'll revisit old terrain with new eyes. You'll face familiar fears with stronger resolve. The difference is that this time, you're not walking blindly. You're not starting from zero. You're building from experience, even the painful kind. So embrace the discomfort. Lean into the resistance. Welcome the struggle, not because suffering is the goal, but because on the other side of that resistance is the person you're fighting to become. The world doesn't need another half-hearted attempt at change. It needs your full transformation, your complete resurrection. It needs you to rise, not despite what broke you, but because of it. Your comeback begins the moment you decide that your future will no longer be dictated by your past. That moment is now. There's a fundamental difference between those who truly transform and those who merely wish for transformation. It isn't talent. It isn't luck. It isn't circumstance. It's ownership, complete, uncompromising ownership of your journey, your choices, your responses. Ownership means no more blame, no more excuses, no more waiting for perfect conditions. The comeback you're creating isn't a reaction to what happened to you. It's a deliberate creation of what happens next. And this creation requires something from you that mediocrity doesn't. Presence, full, mental, physical, emotional. Presence in each moment, in each decision, in each action. Your comeback demands concentration. It requires you to bring your complete self to each moment of the journey. When you train, be there completely. When you rest, rest completely. When you plan, focus completely. When you execute, commit completely. This level of presence creates momentum. And momentum, once established, becomes nearly unstoppable. There's something powerful that happens when your actions align perfectly with your deepest intentions. When what you do in the dark matches what you claim in the light, you develop a rare kind of authority, not over others, but over yourself. This self-authority is what separates those who permanently transform from those who temporarily change. It's built decision by decision, moment by moment, choice by choice. The world will test this authority. It will present old temptations in new packaging. It will offer comfortable detours away from necessary challenges. But you'll recognize these tests for what they are: opportunities to prove to yourself that this time is different. And here's the truth about your comeback that few will tell you. It's not a single event. It's not a finish line you cross once. It's a continual evolution, a daily resurrection, a moment-by-moment choice to rise above what you were to become, what you're capable of being. The difference now is that you understand the process. You know that transformation isn't linear, that strength is built through resistance, that your capacity to rise comes directly from your willingness to face what once broke you. Your comeback isn't just changing what you do, it's changing how you see. You no longer view obstacles as punishments. You see them as necessary resistance building unshakable strength. You no longer see setbacks as failures. You recognize them as course corrections guiding you to a better path. You no longer interpret criticism as rejection. You understand it as refinement shaping your greatest work. This shift in perception changes everything. Because when you transform how you see your journey, you transform how you experience your life. So rise now, not gradually, not eventually, not tomorrow. Rise now. Rise with the full force of your hard-won wisdom. Rise with the strength forged in your darkest moments. Rise with the clarity that comes only through confronting your deepest fears. Your comeback isn't just possible. It's inevitable when you bring your complete self to each moment of the journey. The world doesn't need another half transformation, another partial commitment, another someday dream. It needs your full resurrection, your complete rebirth, your total commitment to becoming what you've always been capable of being. Remember this: the depth of your fall determines the height of your rise, but it's the quality of your presence that will determine the impact of your comeback. So be here, completely, in this moment, in this decision, in this action. Your transformation isn't waiting in some distant future. It's unfolding right now, in your willingness to stay present with both the pain and the possibility of this exact moment. The comeback you're creating isn't just changing your future, it's redeeming your past. This isn't just a comeback. This is your resurrection. Arise.